Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Oh, hello.
Hi there. Long time no see.
I know. So much eating, so much drinking, not much chatting.
I know.
This is, we have to say straight up, maybe the most husky podcast yet from
that
us.
we've done.
We're both quite
unwell. We're spreading these germs around in this tiny little studio.
Quite phlegmy, but that's not really
Quite phlegmy. I feel like I've gotten a lot of it out in the last sort of half hour.
good because
So
this is called Okay, now I'm hungry, and the word phlegm shouldn't be used in the same
Doesn't
sentence
really
as
go.
hungry.
No, but I am hungry with the news I have today because I have another one of my favourites, burger stories. I always seem to have burger stories. I don't know.
It's your niche.
No, I don't know if Google's just like picked up on my habits, on my Googling habits, and it just gives me
They're
burger
targeting.
news. But it's happy burger news, and it will make your heart just burst.
Oh, that's amazing because I have some sad chocolate news.
Oh gosh.
I know, and it's like one of my favourites, and I'm sure it's one of your favourite chocolate makers because they're South
no.
Australian and
no.
yeah.
I don't think I've even heard this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm really worried now. Gosh, now I can't even think what my other one is. Something about. Oh yeah, it's really it's gross. We're just covering every like emotion to do with food today.
Okay, so we've gone
really,
from good
really
to sad to gross,
repulsive, but maybe promising food news. But gross.
repulsive and promising. I'm
Repulsive and
intrigued.
promising.
Oh, actually, I do want to end on a repulsive note.
Yes.
A cocktail unlike any other that you can now buy in Australia.
Okay. All right, so it's been a little bit of time since this one sort of came about, but I have no doubt that you might have missed this one because I
Okay.
think a lot of people did, but it was just such a heartwarming food story and about burgers. So it was just everything. It was absolutely
So
perfect.
many emotions.
Yes, I remember I was sitting here at work and I could see you across in the studio next to me, and I remember saying to you, like, I've got the best story right now and we're going to talk about it in the podcast. And it felt
that
like
was weeks
ages
ago.
Yeah, it was ages ago.
Okay.
So,
Warm the cockles of my heart.
okay, so there is a terminally ill dog. So I know that doesn't sound like a heartwarming story, but a terminally ill dog, this is in the States. Apparently it loves cheeseburgers and its owner had been feeding it one like every day because it's like, it doesn't necessarily have a lot of time left. I can't remember what it might have had a form of cancer or something. Really sad, but this dog was getting cheeseburgers. It was having happy days. It's the owners tweeted about it and tagged Burger King in it. Burger King have come back and they've offered this dog a free cheeseburger for every day of the rest of its life. How cute!
Though there is a
It's
lot of
amazing.
emotions going through my head.
I know.
There's one part of me saying, how cute, but the other part of me is saying, I don't think cheeseburgers are good for dogs.
I know. Well,
Does
I did
the
think
dog
that as
have-
well. Like, is that really going to be?
Is he dying from
extending it?
diabetes
I
or
don't-
heart disease?
Oh, no.
I mean, I'm not making any accusations that those things are related to burgers
Yeah.
from that franchise, obviously.
I'm thinking it's one of those things where it's kind of like, people that are, this is getting really morbid, but people that might have terminal illnesses and stuff, and we're getting serious now, and it'll just be like, well, screw that. I enjoy doing this. I'm just, I'm going to have that cigarette. I'm going to have that.
the sickness came before the cheeseburgers?
Yeah, I think the sickness came before the cheeseburgers. And although they obviously knew the dog liked cheeseburgers, so it had obviously had a few here and
I mean,
there.
it's very cute, but there's so many questions like, is the dog really getting the cheeseburgers, or is this just some very elaborate plot for the owner to get free cheeseburgers? Because how are they proving the dog is eating it every day?
Oh, I wonder. Imagine that. That's awful though. That's like when you, like, not saying I've ever done this, but when you want to get out of work and you'll be like, yeah, no, it's my grandfather's funeral. And then
There's only so many times you can
a month later you're
do
like,
that.
oh no, it's my grandfather's birthday. Like, oh, the one on your mum's side? Yeah, wasn't it his funeral last week? No. Well, we're talking about burgers, dogs, yeah.
Okay,
anyway,
so-
but what I wanted to point out, so Burger King, remember they were the ones that have, and in the States, have done all these like controversial ad campaigns, and we spoke
they
about
the
one
ones
recently,
that-
the World Cup one, and it was like,
Yes,
get
they
someone
were
pregnant.
Get
And,
pregnant by a soccer player, get free
yeah,
burgers.
for life. So they're really willing to give out free burgers for life to people. But maybe they just needed like, a positive news story, like get back in the news for a good reason. So they're like, oh, here's a sick dog and we'll give it free burgers, which won't extend its life, but hey, it's going to enjoy them.
It's a unique one to go with. It's not the one I would have gone with.
Oh no, it was a really cute dog as well.
How's he doing? Do we know?
I
It's been a couple of weeks.
I should have Googled and have an update. Maybe I might be able to have one by the end of the podcast. We'll
Okay.
see.
Ooh.
I know, and if there's no update at the end of this
pulling-
podcast, you know it's probably bad news.
She's pulling out the journo skills today. Update on the dog coming soon.
Hopefully.
Okay. I hooked some sad chocolate news.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, God.
Okay. So we are based in Adelaide,
Yep.
South Australia.
Adelaide.
And if I said best chocolate maker in Adelaide, you would say?
Cadbury. No, Hagues.
Oh my Cadbury.
Just wanted to test you.
Quick side note. I mean, I haven't even started this story, but side note.
Yeah. Time for one.
Yeah. Cadbury factory is in Hobart, right?
Yeah.
And I lived in Hobart.
Yes.
And they used to do they used to have a shop front where you could go and buy like all the seconds cheap and stuff.
Yes.
And only I reckon it was like within 12 months of me moving there, they shut it down.
Oh my gosh.
I know, I was so sad. I was like, oh, let's go to Cadbury. They were like, no, you can't do that anymore. They shut it down.
Okay, I don't know where this Hague story is going, but am I maybe about to see a trend?
No one is closing.
No,
okay.
no. I was gonna
Do
say, I
not
don't know
fear,
if you do that.
Hagues is staying near. They're an
Good.
institution, and oh my gosh, I just saying Hagues makes me picture all those chocolate shops where you walk in and the glass cabinets
Yum.
there, and you pick the one chocolate you want.
So good.
the
and they're always
nougats.
like wrapped so pretty
And
and
the fudge,
Yeah.
and the chocolate frogs. If you haven't been
yes,
to Adelaide, the chocolate frog's probably the most famous.
that's like their thing, and their freckles. Oh my
But
God.
controversially, they came out a couple of weeks ago, end of July, and declared that their chocolate is a sometimes food.
Oh, what?
I'm like, what? What are you? Yeah, following the trend. We're in a bit of a fully Fitspo.
Yeah.
Let's get healthy. Let's
Yeah.
get vegan.
Which is like good.
It's good
in many
a
ways.
way,
Everyone's health conscious, so good for
but
us.
sometimes it's annoying.
Yes.
And that Hagues had to come out and say, we're a sometimes food.
I guess
It's
why-
ridiculous.
Like, has someone prompted? I'm assuming someone has. Like, there's a reason they've been prompted to say that, and you're like, well, you're an idiot because you should
Well,
know
I know
that
people are
chocolate's
like
a sometimes food.
associating chocolate with, overweight and obesity among young people.
Oh, shock.
I think they say 1/4 of Aussie children and 2/3 of adults are overweight or obese today.
Far out.
That's a whole lot.
That's a lot.
But I mean,
But still, we know. Even though I guarantee there is not one of those obese, morbidly obese people that doesn't know that eating chocolate all the time will make them gain weight.
and look, Hagues is a very special chocolate, right? It's not like
it's
you're not going to get it
nice.
on special at the supermarket.
Oh no, you can't afford to have that all the
Yeah,
time.
I was like, you cannot get fat
You're right,
on
it's
Hagues
sometimes-
chocolates because it will cost a fortune, like more than cigarettes.
worth it. Totally worth it.
But it's following in the footsteps, obviously, of another controversial decision in recent years. How the Cookie Monster came out and said he's now a sometimes cookie
That's
eater,
exactly what I was thinking. Which was okay. I get
which
like,
was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. It's kind of yeah. No, it's
Does he still
ridiculous.
shove it in
'cause
his
doesn't
mouth?
seem right.
Does he still do that thing where he's like,
and
it just
cookie.
crumbles in that magic that is a puppet eating?
It's so cute. I love. He's one of my favorite.
It just doesn't work
Muppet-
with a banana or an
Muppets.
apple, does it? No, you can't just.
No. Way too... Ooh, imagine banana. How you get like all when he's
Mixed in
trying to
his fur.
speak with it.
Yeah, no,
Ooh.
I think along in the same article that I read, they've come out and talked about their new no added sugar and reduced sugar options. So I think they're just trying to reach out to the healthy, conscious people and say, hey, we're still here.
Yeah, I want to try the. I'm gonna go
Another
walk across.
South Australian company that's also come out
Not today. Can't be bothered.
is
Too sick to
just
function.
across the road from where we work.
It's literally across the road.
Men's have also jumped on board this. Actually, I've just realised what it is.
They've got vegan or something.
Yeah, actually, Hagues and Robert Menz are both back in an Industry B Treatwise initiative. All they had to do was turn the
Oh.
page, which provides information to customers on portion sizes and maintaining balanced diets.
Oh.
So Men's did release the vegan fruit
Yeah.
chocks.
Yeah, which I also haven't tried.
No, neither have I. I accidentally picked them up at the shops, and then I was like, these fruit chocks, which are usually like mashed up peach and apricot covered in chocolate. I was like, these look off. And I realised they were vegan.
Yeah, you have to. See, that's the thing. I'm sure they
weren't shiny like a chocolate
Yeah, I know.
be.
I bet they taste great. But if you were going to give them to I feel like fruit shocks is what you give lots of people when they visit SA, because you're like, oh, these are so South Australian, which they are.
Yes.
Iconic. But you give them the vegan ones and it'd be like, these don't look as great. But guarantee they would taste so good.
Oh, they're delicious.
They just don't have the shiny exterior.
So chocolate, a big surprise, is a sometimes food, not actually news.
No.
But I sometimes have it.
I sometimes have a breakfast.
Yeah, sometimes I decide to have it and then I finish the entire box in one session.
Yeah. Is it still sometimes if it's like once a day? Is that
Once
Twix
a
for
week?
breakfast? I think I did that last
How often
week.
is too often to be more than sometimes?
We need a doctor on this panel.
I need a chocolate-covered nougat
Yum.
on this actual panel.
That'd be so good.
All right, 2 more stories and we can go Hagues.
Yeah. All right, so my next one you also may have missed because I almost missed this one. This is all about health. Basically, the latest gut healing
Yes.
produce,
Gut health is,
shall we say? Gut health's a bit of a thing at the moment.
gut
isn't
health
it?
is so a thing.
What's that drink that they...
Kombucha.
Kombucha, yes. Yeah, that sort of thing. Everyone's all about the gut health at the moment. And they're saying that the latest thing based on this recent study that they've done is insects. Cockroaches specifically. Cockroach powder, if I really break it down.
I've been pushing this eat cockroach business for way too long. Why are they obsessed with us eating cockroaches?
They're trying so. I remember seeing it on an episode of Goosebumps when I was younger, and I was like, I'm never going to do that unless I was on Survivor or something. Then I'd do it.
It wasn't trying to push eating cockroaches as gut health in Goosebumps though.
No.
It was a nightmare,
That'd
wasn't
be
it?
Such a boring episode. All about probiotic health. That is scary.
It can be a nightmare for some.
Yuck. Okay, so basically what they've done with this study is, some participants just had a regular brekkie, and I'm assuming that was something like remotely healthy, not that compare the cockroach people to big fry up or something, because then obviously you can get better results.
Someone with fruit and cereal or
something like that. So they've done a regular brekkie. And then the people with cockroaches had muffins and stuff. Yuck, I can hear all my phlegm. I need this healthy stuff. Muffins and stuff like that. All that good shit. And they've used cockroach powder
to make the muffins.
I don't know if that's crushed up cockroaches.
So instead of gluten-free flour, it's cockroach.
It's cockroach flour.
Cockroach-infused flour.
Ew, cockroach infusions. And anyway, they found that it had a really good effect on people, particularly with their gut health, a reduction in an inflammatory protein, which is often associated with depression and cancer. So happy days if you're eating cockroach powder.
Your gut feels better. And
I'm a cough now.
Yeah, go cough. There you go.
Oh, we're disgusting.
She held that in so long.
So much.
Cockroaches make your gut feel better and reduces the risk of cancer.
Yeah, and depression.
I
know. Would you do it?
God.
I'd do it because I don't think you'd taste it if it was whatever this cockroach powder is. I imagine they've developed it.
Here's a disgusting thought that's not going to make you hungry, contrary to the name of this podcast. I had a cockroach problem once in a share house. And I remember the day I found the baby cockroaches under the cupboard.
Ooh, do they look weird?
They were little, but I also remember
just
squishing the big ones. And
Yuck.
the squish noise of
Oh, yuck. I have a serious cockroach thing. I can take spiders and snakes, and I don't love them.
They're just so...
cockroaches,
because when you kill them, they're gutsy.
Yeah, and you can hear that crunch.
Anyone who's...
Yeah.
If you're a vegan, you wouldn't eat cockroach flour, would you?
I don't think so.
No, I mean, obviously that's an obvious question, right?
Yeah. Do you know I started, recently I was trying, or am trying, marine collagen. So it's also a powder. And it's supposed to be good for hair and skin and nails and stuff. I think so.
It's just another name for fish oil.
Maybe.
Except it's
God,
a powder.
am I paying way too much for this thing that's literally just fish oil?
You are being charged double because they chose the word fish for marine.
Legit, it's not cheap. Damn it. I just want nice hair.
It is looking all right, mate.
Oh, you're kidding? I need to get it done. Thank you. I was just fishing for compliments. Fishing, get it? Good. I'm going to end on that note.
Okay, I'm very excited to enter new territory. I don't believe we've talked cocktails before on this show.
I don't think we have, and it's one of my favourite subjects.
Well, this is a brand new cocktail created in Hobart, Australia, which I only mentioned just a couple of stories ago.
You did.
Because there's a wonderful museum there. It's called Mona.
Yep.
Which is, what does that stand for again? It's all modern art.
Some museum of... Oh, yeah, no, I don't know. Oh, gosh.
I should
don't
know that. Anyway, it's
But
a
the one
wonderful...
with all the vagina wall.
Yeah, it has a wall of lady parts, is one of its most
Lady
famous, and a
parts.
machine that is, which is nicknamed the poo machine because it eats every day and then creates
And it's
waste.
a machine. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, like they feed it every day at 10 a.m. or something.
Is that
and
its
at
only
3
point?
PM, but it's art.
What? Oh, my gosh. Why would you want
Yeah,
to create something that's
it's a
just
wonderful space. Like I went there within a year. I went there 4 times because every time someone come to visit, I was like, we need to go to Mona. Also,
Oh, my gosh, we need to go to that festival there.
yeah, and then they have a summer
yes.
festival and a winter festival.
Yes, and there's
it's
all
so
the food.
wonderful. And they're obviously with the thought of like a poo machine and a wall of vaginas, they're quite edgy.
Yeah.
And there's a few restaurants attached to the museum. One of them has created a drink that's getting a whole lot of people angry, but it's got me intrigued. Okay, it's from Faro Bar. It's called the Black Margarita. I'm going to post a photo of it on our Insta. Okay, now I'm hungry. That is a picture of it.
This
Now,
isn't
have a
gonna
look
be
at
like-
that, and then I'm going to tell you what you're seeing. So,
Oh, yuck. Okay.
yeah, so the drink is quite stunning. It's like a black drink in a margarita glass with maybe some black salt in there.
I've started reading the caption. Yep, keep going.
And the real point of difference is there is a wonderful big spherical ice bowl with what you're seeing there is a pig eye.
Yuck. It's literally a pig's eyeball, and it's got all those, what do they call the little bits attached to the, like...
All the
goozy
veins
bits.
and
The veins, yeah.
the oozy bits.
Yuck.
Yes, so it's
Ooh.
visually quite
Blood and...
Yeah.
That's who would order that?
me.
You. What?
Yeah, I would totally.
Are you
order this.
kidding? But
You know,
yeah, no, okay. You would order it, but you wouldn't eat that. Like,
No,
you're
you
not
wouldn't
expected
taste it. So the guy who
Oh, what?
I
So
love
you wouldn't
this,
eat it?
the drink's architect. The
Oh
drink
my
has an
God, okay,
architect.
try sell it to me.
Mixologist Adam Turner says it's pretty much a traditional margarita. It has some activated charcoal, which makes it black
which
in
is like
colour
black.
there. And the pig's frozen eyeball goes into the drink, and he was being a bit funny, and he's like, my piece of advice is to drink it up before the
before
ice
it
ball
melts.
gets to the pig eye.
Yes, okay.
Because you wouldn't actually.
Oh, that's a bit of fun then. It's a bit of a challenge.
It's right in the middle.
Given I actually and I think they do this in Tassie, and it might be in Hobart, they do like courses where you can go and you cut up the whole pig and you do that thing, and
Yeah.
it's from like start to finish, and they use it.
Because the
So
pig's going to
actually
be eaten. Like
That's-
somewhere,
yeah.
someone's eating a pork chop.
So if we're going to get all like politically correct,
Like
has
you're
this
saying,
pig already been, for the want of a
pigs-
better term, slaughtered for food?
Yeah.
Then they're just using all the parts,
And
which I
that's what he
suppose is
said.
a good thing as far as sustainability.
Yeah,
and
their
stuff
chefs are
goes.
using the other parts of the pig in their restaurant. He says our chefs utilise
Looks
the
gross, though.
whole beast.
Wow. Yeah, just drink it up before the ice melts.
It's gross.
I kind of really want to try it, though.
It's gross but cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would get so drunk on those. Drink responsibly. Most
Quick,
of the time.
quick, drink it and then get me another one. Yeah, just further down this article, it says, if the pig eye freaks you out, have a listen about this Canada's Surto cocktail. The downtown hotel in Dawson City is known for serving the drink, which features a mummified human toe.
Oh,
The
yeah.
original toe came from a frostbite victim who was found in the saloon by the original owners, and they thought it was funny to put in people's drinks. If you go and have this drink, you become an honorary Surto. Or sour toe. Sour toe. I'm
So
reading
it's
this
the
wrong.
same toe as well.
About 70,000 people are reported to have drunk the sour toe.
Oh,
Mona is
yuck.
only serving up 6 eyeballs per week, and they have been selling out, he said.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow, the sourdough cocktail in Canada.
Yeah, I can't deal with that one. That's gross. Even if it's in that ice, like, nah, I'm not touching that.
Put that on your bucket list of travel
No,
ideas.
Thank you.
No, but definitely go to Mona.
Yeah.
And
Mona, have a cocktail. It's great.
okay, we usually don't reserve space for an outro, but you did promise us an update on the dog from
I did.
earlier in the podcast.
I did, and I'm sorry to disappoint. I can't find an update. I know. I'm a
I
really
guess
good journalist,
if
guys.
the dog did
I could go on Twitter.
pass away, no, they wouldn't really want to go and promote that sad message.
Oh gosh, so are we just going to make the assumption that the dog is dead?
Well, if you're listening
Bye.
to this podcast in 2200, probably, yes, you could assume.
Then we're sorry to say
I
the
probably
dog
didn't have to go
has
that far into the
passed.
future, really. It's a dog. I probably could have just jumped 20 years.
Yeah, that would
But
have
I've
that would
gone
have been
to
safe.
22. It's not even a year, 2200. What am I saying?
In 2200, will it be someday? Yeah. What are we now?
2200?
God, I'm so confused.
That would be like 20.
I don't know. Do you know what it is? We haven't had
200.
breakfast. I can't function. We're germy. We haven't
Let's
had breakfast.
blame the food and not my lack of mathematical skills.
Let's blame that. Thanks for listening again, guys.
And breakfast ideas from this podcast. Let's go get ourselves some black margaritas.
I was going to say, what like good
And a
food did
whole
we talk
box
about?
of Haig's chocolate.
Yes, sold. On the chocolate.
And a burger
And a burger.
for dessert.
Done. Breaky burger.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.